From the headlines that move us
to the plays on the fields and the people making a difference.
It's news, sports stories, and the people that keep our community alive.
This is the Heartbeat of Tampa Bay.
I'm Christopher Ingram.
And I'm Sarina Fazan. Thank you so much for joining us.
Sarina.
Oh boy, I have such a huge smile on my face.
Favorite subject
is love. And we are joined by former Governor Bob Martinez. Governor, we just did an amazing segment with you, and I mean, we could talk to the governor for hours.
He's got so many great stories.
Yes. But one story where we also can't wait to hear about, and you've kept it, you guys are very private. It's beautiful. You and Mary Jane, your beautiful wife, 71 years. You knew that she was your girl in high school, right?
Well, yeah, I still remember the day I first met her.
Really?
Do you really?
It was September 8th.
He remembers the date.
The date, wow.
The reason I remember it is that that was our first day going to high school. We went to Thomas Jefferson High School. At that time, Thomas Jefferson High School was at Highlands and Ola, not where it is now, on Cypress Street in Tampa. And Hurricane Easy had disrupted the start of school. And back in those days, school in Hillsborough County and most every county in Florida started the day after Labor Day. And that's how I remember when it started. But there was a delay of one day that year because Easy had postponed the start of school. When you arrived that first day, you were given a card which had your schedule. You didn't pick which courses, which homeroom or anything like that. So my homeroom teacher was Mr. Talbert.
Isn't that something? Remembers names, everything.
So I walk up to the second floor. It was a 3-story building. And walked in, and all the students just sat down. So Mr. Talbert comes in and said, all of you need to get up because we're going to sit alphabetically. So we all get up. I don't know, probably 30 some of my students to a homeroom. And he starts calling out names alphabetically for the roster that he had been given. And then you get when it sit down. So it gets to Mary Jane Marino. And so she sits down, then it comes to Bobby Martinez.
So cute.
So I'm right behind her in homeroom, and it was 3 years of sitting behind her in homeroom. We actually never had a class together.
Just homeroom.
Just homeroom.
And you had homeroom all 3 years of high school?
Yeah.
Wow.
And on top of that, her sister, Jenny, who passed away recently, was an intern from Florida State in biology at Jefferson High School, had been assigned homeroom duties with Mr. Talbert. So there's her sister as well, which I didn't know there were sisters at that time. So then, you kind of do what kids do at that age. You pull ponytails.
I was going to ask you if you ever pulled their hair.
But we never, in our sophomore and junior years, we never dated until the very end of our junior year.
Okay, so let me ask you though, even though you didn't date until the end of your junior year, did you want to ask her out on a date prior to that?
Did you have the hot spot?
Yeah. She was very attractive, very, very popular. She belonged to every organization, was an officer in the various organizations. So she was a real active student. I was an athlete, so mine was basketball and baseball, and you're a member of the Letters Club and stuff like that. So she was very, very active. And she lived maybe 7 blocks from the school, so she walked. I probably lived a mile and a half from the school, so, and my day you could hitchhike real easy.
Oh my gosh,
People would pick you up instantly, and it was safe.
Hitchhike home from school?
Well, I didn't want to have my aunt drive me to school because that didn't look grown up to be driven at that age.
But hitchhiking's cool back then.
So I would walk 2 blocks to Columbus Drive. In about 5 to 10 minutes, I got a ride.
That's crazy.
Isn't that something?
Wow.
And without fail. I never was late or anything like that. It always worked. And on the way home, we did it. But by then, a couple other guys were with me after either basketball or baseball practice, and we thumbed our way back home as well. Wow. But anyway, getting back to Mary Jane. So we obviously got to know each other real well being in homeroom. And I ended up being elected Dragon Court King, in my junior year, and she ends up being elected to the court in her senior year. So I was outgoing and she was ingoing, on the homecoming king and queen kind of stuff. So unlike now that you have spring breaks and all that stuff, there was none of that. Seniors got the last day of their stay at the high school. They got the last Friday half day off. That's what you got.
That was it.
So it wasn't even a day. It was a half day. So by then we were talking more and more. Let me say that. Let me take this back. This is probably going to mess up your segment. This was in the junior year.
Yeah, no, we love this.
Cool.
We love this.
I don't know if you can cut and paste or what. So in the junior year, they let us out. All classes got a half day to end the school year after exams and all that. So we, with another couple, I think their name was La Cicero, decided to go to Clearwater Beach on a date after school let out. So my friend had a better car than I had at that stage. So we went in his car to Clearwater Beach and spent the afternoon swimming.
And Mary Jane was with
Mary
you.
Jane, oh yeah, Mary Jane was my date.
She was your date.
Yeah, and so anyhow, we came back home and got dropped off, and I went and got my my car. At that time, I was driving a 1934 Ford Model A with a rumble seat.
Oh wow! In the back of the
Boy, you really needed to know how to drive.
That's cool.
And so when and I had left that at the school, so La Cicero left us off at the school. She got my Model A. I dropped her off. And I went home. When I got home, I noticed that her handkerchief was on the floorboard of the car. I said, oh, she left her handkerchief on the floorboard.
Did she do it on purpose, do you think?
Well, I've always accused of her, but she said. So I called up. Remember, this is all landline.
Yes.
So I
We've
called.
got viewers that are going to go, "What's a landline?"
Yeah. So I called her up and said, you left your handkerchief in the car. Oh, I didn't know I had left my handkerchief in the car. And I said, well, I'll be glad to take the handkerchief to you if you like. Oh, please do. And I did. And we started to date.
That is the sweetest.
So cool.
And so shortly when school got led on to be seniors, and by then I already had earned 2 or 3 letters in a jacket and all that, playing sports. So one of the first things was my sweater, one of my sweaters.
You give her your letter jacket.
Right. So obviously that was a common thing to do back then. I don't know if that's common today or not.
I don't either. I mean, I don't either. But Ben, I know.
They swap Instagram accounts.
So back in those days, it was of course, we started dating the downtown theaters. All the good theaters were downtown. We did that, and periodically would go to Pinellas County to the beach, Clearwater or Indian Rocks Beach. We went to each other's families' dinners, for holidays or birthdays, whatever. So eventually, you end up getting your senior ring, graduation ring. So I got mine, and she wore it around her neck with a chain, which was common back then. That meant you were more than just dating.
You're going steady.
How romantic.
Now you were going steady.
Okay, so you graduate high school,
Right.
And then what happens?
Well, I decided not to go out of the city to go to the university. I went to the University of Tampa.
Was that because of Mary Jane?
Yeah, I didn't even look, elsewhere. And there weren't that many universities. You had the University of Florida. Florida State had finally, both universities had been all male or all female. Mary Jane's sisters went to Florida State, which was all female when they went. But by then, both schools
We're co-ed.
had become co-ed. And there weren't other universities, other than the University of Tampa, University of Miami, Rollins, but they were all out of not in Tampa.
Yes.
So that's how I opted going to the University of Tampa.
And where did she go then?
She opted, unlike her sister, wanted a break, didn't want to go immediately. So she got a job as a dental assistant with Dr. Pickering on Tampa Street. And I got a job with the Hotel and Restaurant Bartenders International Union doing all the office work. Bookkeeping, typing, day work. One of the restaurants or hotels would call, they need an extra worker, and you would find the extra worker. So I did that for 4 years, but that gave me enough income because my parents did pay for all my education. There were no loans, and my earnings, I did not have to
Pay for yours.
pay tuition or books or anything like that.
But what people may not know is that you could have potentially been also a pro baseball player, but instead
That's
of
correct.
pursuing, you heard it here, right? Instead of pursuing
Yeah.
pro baseball,
He pursued his lady.
You pursued your
Jane.
lady.
Well, and the University of Tampa coaches were always after me to try out for either basketball or baseball, but I wouldn't do it because that meant I couldn't work.
And you wanted to work because you wanted to get married to your beautiful
Right,
Mary
exactly
Jane.
right.
Oh, isn't
Now, I didn't
that
give
so
up
romantic?
baseball. Back in those days, there was a semi-pro league called the Intersocial League, and I played there until I graduated from college, and I quit playing and didn't play anymore. Not that we got paid; they never made any money. But it was a semi-pro level.
Okay, so Governor, how did you propose?
Basically, I finally saved the money, not only to buy the engagement ring, but also the wedding ring. And because I was still living with my parents while I was saving all this money. So, and by then I had a better car than the Model A.
Then that Ford with the rumble seat.
So one night we said, let's go out to, I think it was Failers Drive-In. Drive-ins were very popular. Hillsborough High School had Millions, Jefferson had Failers, and Planton had the Colonnade. And that was, each school had their own drive-in where you went there, and all the high school students from that year. So we were still doing a little bit of that, although we were both out of high school already. And then said, let's go down to the Bay Shore and take a walk. So we parked the car near the Davis Island Bridge. There's a little area that you can park where the Gasparilla ship is.
Yes.
So I parked the car there, and we started walking on Bay Shore. And after about 15, 20 minutes, we stopped, and I said, I reached in my pocket, got out the ring, and I said, can you and I get engaged? She said, what took you so long? So that's how I gave her the ring.
Awesome.
Oh, and you guys were 19 years old,
Yeah.
right? 19
And
years
you've been
old.
married
or
71
And
years now.
this was probably late September of 54 or early fall, one or the other. And then we got married pretty shortly thereafter. We didn't wait a long time,
And you have two amazing kids. I know you were an
Yeah.
only child, Governor.
Right,
So did you want two kids because
Yeah,
of
we
that
did.
Because of that experience too?
And probably the biggest adventure we did early in life, and is that I was teaching at Oak Grove Junior High, 9th grade, and Mary Jane was still we already had our daughter Sharon, and she was a couple of years old. And Mary Jane decided to go to the University of South Florida. She's on the charter member, first year.
Wow.
Wow.
No kidding. Go Bulls.
Yeah, and there were only 3 buildings. when
Isn't
she-
something?
yeah,
Looking at it now,
when
it's
she
like,
started.
wow.
Wow.
And in her freshman year, she gets pregnant with our son.
Oh.
By then, I said, I need a change of what I wanted to do. And I had a professor at the University of Tampa by the name of Dr. Eric Axelrod. Brilliant guy. I won't go through his history, but we became friends socially. And he taught economics and labor relations, and he knew I had worked for a local union, and he kept saying, you need to pursue that goal, get your advanced degree in that and get into that field. So after teaching 3 years, I told Mary Jane, I need a change for a while. And he was from Illinois, so he kept talking about the University of Illinois, the College of Labor and Industrial Relations at the University of Illinois. So we decided to do it. Now, we went there with a 2-year, 7-month-old, a 6-month-old son.
Wow.
Arrived in Urbana in the middle of winter, right after
Culture
New Year's,
shock.
without housing at that time. Cold as get out when we arrived there that January. And long story short, obviously I made it, I got my degree. But had I not done that, I would not have gotten into labor relations and then became well known representing the teachers. First I represented management, then the teachers hired me. And I represented them for 9 years and became a public figure as a result of that.
I know you were instrumental with the, with the strike
Right.
and everything that happened.
And so that's one of those turning points in lives.
And you have the right partner, and that's what you also told us, that you had an amazing partner
Yeah.
that was by your side throughout this
The whole
journey.
time.
So, Governor, what would your advice be then to people
Well,
out there?
let me tell you, in life, if you're going to make it at something, you got to take risks. You don't take risks, you don't get anywhere, quite frankly. When we did Illinois, I took all my savings. I took the money out of the retirement system in the state of Florida.
Wow.
I had good parents, and they kept up the mortgage of the house we had while I was gone and whatever utilities were required. And we lived very frugally until I got my master's degree. And we had never been out of state. Well, I had been out of state a couple of times when I was a kid. None of us had seen snow. Never has been in temperatures below zero. And
True native.
but we did it. Then when we returned, she went back to school and completed her education in 1966. So we took turns getting each other through college. And so it's always been a partnership, and we both knew what we wanted, and both were willing to take risks, and the risk paid out for us almost every time.
It's so beautiful.
That's
so
a great story.
Do you have words of advice for people out there that are, who hope to have a wonderful relationship, or maybe are in a relationship, or about to enter a relationship, or words of wisdom when it comes to love?
My wife, Mary Jane, always has something. It's because we get asked a lot about how this has gone for 71 years. He says, well, it's really not an even 50-50 between us. It's got to be 60-70 for one over an issue. Otherwise, if it's a 50-50, there's very easy settlement. And so therefore one or another prevails over some issue, and somehow you understand it.
Oh, right.
And so during the best of times and the most difficult of times, we hung together. And we have much more good than things. I've lost elections, but we survived it. We had, it wasn't easy being in Illinois with 2 little kids in the middle of winter, no family for any assistance, living on a tight budget, but we knew what we wanted. And we did it. And all the rest followed. If we hadn't done that. And the other big thing, and I probably already talked too much, is
Never.
after I got done getting tired doing the teacher labor relations, my uncle happens to decide he wants to retire and sell his restaurant. And I happened to be, my marriage and I happened to be eating there on, I think it was a Friday. I just returned from Tallahassee from lobbying. And we went there to eat, and we already had been discussing about maybe doing something else. And my uncle comes to the table, sits down to talk, and he said, Bobby, I've about had it. I'm going to retire and sell the restaurant. And I said, you are? He said, yeah, I've been at this now for some 50 years or so, and at my age, he had a little farm. I wanted to finish out my year messing around with my farm. So Mary Jane and I left, I said, you know what, we ought to think of, my family, a lot more in the restaurant business. They kept me away from it because it's a hard business. You know,
It is a
long
very difficult
hours and
business.
risky and all that. So over that weekend, we talked about it, and as you know, if we do it, we wouldn't have to put up our house for collateral because I don't have that money.
cash.
When I go
Yeah.
borrow money, I don't have enough cash to show I got collateral. So I go talk to my uncle. His name was Fernando Carreño. Call him Freddie. And says, Freddie, I'm interested in talking to you about buying. And he says, you don't want to do this. With all that you've done in life, you want to get stuck here day in and day out, not doing anything else. And I said, no, I'm kind of tired of what I'm doing. And I want to have a change. So we negotiated a price, and across the street was an empty lot that my uncle didn't own, but I felt was needed for parking. So I made a run to buy that at the same time. So he agreed to carry the note of the agreed price, and then I went to the bank to borrow money to buy
Parking lot.
the property. So that all worked out. And I'll be honest with you, in under 4 years, we ended up paying for it. But we didn't take vacations. we just took what was needed to live on for our kids to have whatever they needed and maintain our house and our house. We just wanted to pay it off because our house had been put up for collateral. So we didn't want to jeopardize that at all. And we did it. But that was a turning point, because then when I ran for mayor and governor, I was a businessman, not a labor leader.
Right.
So it was one of those critical turning points where everybody forgot that I had headed up the teachers union. All they remember is that I ran a restaurant and was in business.
Right. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
And I was on the board of governors of the Greater Tampa Chamber of Commerce and all the rest of it. So those were two major turning points in our lives that allowed us to make a switch.
Isn't that something,
It's a
though,
great
about
story.
about how things, as you've said just from the very beginning of our conversation, how things in your history and your life, and your beautiful wife, Mary Jane, who I'm so bummed out because she was going to be
She was gonna
here.
come with us today,
But we have to invite you both back, to discuss this.
Well, her memory's just as good or better than mine.
She keeps you in line. Right?
Yeah.
And we're going to ask her about the handkerchief. We're going to ask her about the handkerchief.
Governor Bob Martinez, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you. I enjoyed it. It's been a very pleasant day being here with you. Hadn't seen you all in a while. It's always great to see people you love again.
December 25th, his birthday, a gift. You are our gift, Tampa Bay.
Give our best to Mary Jane.
Thank you. Will do.
Thank you.
Every story shared,
Adds another heartbeat to Tampa Bay.
from courage to community.
We are so proud to tell the stories that keep our neighborhood strong. Thanks for
watching
watching The Heartbeat of Tampa Bay.
Wonderful.
Well, thank you.
It was so fun, Governor. Oh my gosh. Oh.